All right, guys, welcome to One Off Outdoors. This is my most recent battery setup. I had a video that talked about my live well setup that I'd made out of my ice chest and my small bubbler, and I've got this toggle switch in here that runs all that. But what I want to talk to you about real quick, this is for Hector. Hector, this is my most recent battery setup with all my live well, with my LiveScope, my Chartplotter, trolling motor, everything. So currently in this box, and this is what I found to be the most waterproof box that I could find. I got it from Academy, this 50-liter Magellan waterproof gearbox. It has a really, really nice foam pad. I had to notch out, and this is where I bring in all my electronics. So this is the red and black for my trolling motor. Comes out of my ski down here and goes into my box. And then these are my LiveScope cables and my power cables for my chart plotters. So you can see there's a lot. And I just notched this out here and put them in here. Then I notched out the top and put it in there. So my foam is still here, so it's still watertight. It's just that keeps those from crimping, and it makes a good seal. And then these snap down. These are just really, really nice. I can't snap it right now because I'm actually charging. But these snap down, makes it really, really nice. I've got this pigtail right here. I'm charging this 12 volt. So let me explain what I've got with my batteries. I've got my 24 volt battery. The only thing that goes to this is my trolling motor. I tried converters and running other material off, but that salt water just absolutely corrodes any kind of converter, any kind of switch. You just can't have anything exposed to that salt water. It is just a nightmare. So this is solely this 24 volt only on my trolling motor. That way, if my trolling motor goes down, everything else still works. The green battery here is a 55 AH, and this is 50 AH lithium. And it is dedicated to my LiveScope. There's my brain right here in this box. So it stays in this dry box area. I've got it mounted to the side. And this runs my LiveScope, and then it runs my 126 SV Chartplotter. So, for example, yesterday, my Chartplotter and LiveScope went down, but it didn't affect my trolling motor. So I keep those separated. This LiveScope, I'm telling you guys, it runs a massive, massive amount of energy. So it really needs to have its own dedicated 50 AH battery. On my bubbler here, this 12 volt, this piggybacks over here onto this, and that will run my, you can see my ice chest over there. Because I have the 21 model, so I don't have the dedicated electronics like the rest of you may have on the Trophy to run your live well. I had to create my own. I have this in a video. I feed these wires, these cords out through the back of the lid. You can see right here, they come out the back of the lid. And then I've actually reworked them back through a notch right here so they can stay inside when I'm not using it, so they're not flopping around everywhere. So here's my two stones right here. They're down in there somewhere. They're there. So they just stay in here for storage. And I've got this little notch right here cut out so I can feed them back in and so they're not bouncing around all over the place outside. This is a video coming out soon. I've got a shad tank now on the back of my ski. So when I'm striper fishing, which is what I do a lot of now in the fall in freshwater, I've actually got a shad tank. This is an awesome setup. I'll get a video out on it. If you're curious about the shad tank, leave me a comment and we'll see how many responses I get, see how many people are wanting to have this shad tank. And it, again, functions wonderfully. So that's my battery setup, guys. I've got a pigtail that comes off my 12 volt that I can quick connect in. And there's my charger. And then I've just got alligator clips that clip on here for my 24 volt to charge my 24 volt battery. So again, I've tried different converters and having everything on just one battery, and it's just a no bueno. You gotta kind of have your own trolling motor battery because it pulls a lot of juice on your 24 volt. Have your own 12 volt. And again, you can get these batteries off of Amazon. They're fairly cheap. They're all the same. I recommend when you get a battery, just look to see if it has about an 8 or 10 year warranty on it. And those are the ones you can buy. And they're a couple of $100 for the 12, $200 to $300 for the 24 volt. All right, so that is my current battery setup. And again, I've got my latches on my deck, this extra deck that I bought from Seadoo. And I set these latches, these links clips up wherever I want. This box is fairly large because it holds 3 things, which is a lot. But they're all self-contained, so I put 2 on the front, and I have 2 of these also on the back side. But again, this box, it seems big, it seems bulky, but it houses everything, and it keeps it absolutely dry. Now, I will say this, even with all that being said, today, this morning, I recharged, and my charger didn't charge because I had some corrosion on these battery cables. And so I had to brush them off. I put some electronic grease on there to try to slow down the corrosion. And that's something I suggest you all do. When you're hooking up these, get that electronic grease and grease them up real good to keep the corrosion off. This is just something when you're dealing with salt water that, that's just part of it. You got to learn to deal with it. All right, guys. I hope this video has been helpful.